get connections to investors, mentors, and other founders further along their journey to help them succeed.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, we just wanted to know your name, but I love that because you're going to have to do that all again.
Cool.
That is fantastic. Oh, wow. So, guys, if you want to scale your businesses, you need to log in and listen to this man with the results. Because I remember when I first met this gentleman, he was just getting awards upon awards. So, on that note, we are going to play one of his, loved songs. Yeah. And I like this song as well. And Steph Ray, what do you think about this song?
I think it's so positive.
Yeah, it's a positive song. Okay, so Nana, would you like to introduce your song?
Yeah, certainly. So the first song I've chosen is Twister featuring Faith Evans, Hope. It's a song that basically pretty much it just encapsulates despite how tough life naturally always gets from time to time, it's a song that at the end of the day, regardless, as long as you keep the faith and the hope, ultimately there's bluer skies at the end of every storm. That's it.
And greener grasses. Oh, I like this one. All right, let's hear it.
Thank you.
Oh, I forgot about this song.
You better remember.
Right, so I'm going to do right now. I love it. And guess what? We've got such an amazing guest here today. He is an outstanding gentleman that is doing so much for entrepreneurs. And as you know, this platform is for entrepreneurs, upcoming, thriving and established. So why would we not have this gentleman on our show today? So this has been a long time coming.
100%.
I am so excited. I am so privileged to have him here. And we're here with Steph Ray as well. Hey. How are you doing, Steph Ray?
I'm good. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Good show today.
100%.
Yes. So, Mr. Nana, do you want to
Yes.
introduce yourself and tell people what you do? I know you said it, but
Yeah,
we've
of
got
course.
so many more listeners on now.
Yeah, 100%. Hi everyone, it's a real privilege to be here. My name's Nana Agyemang, and I'm a proposition delivery manager. So that's basically a fancy way of saying I basically deliver services on behalf of the company I work for, the bank I work for, which is Barclays, supporting entrepreneurs that are trying to scale businesses. So my job is to help people connect to mentors, investors, and also founders that are a bit further down the line that can also help them grow and scale. And my passion is all about supporting black and female founders, of course. So I'm here to hopefully shed some insight.
Okay, and that sounds fantastic. And I hope you guys all heard that because he's here to shed some insight. So we're going to go right in and we want to get that insight. But before we go there, we want to ask you a little bit about who is Nana.
Yes, certainly, 100%. Do you want? Yeah, I can give you that overview. So now, you do that now?
Yeah. We don't be shy. He's like, well, no. All right, we want to start off where are you originally from?
So I'm Ghanaian, as anyone that hears my name will automatically know.
Oh, is that a Ghanaian name?
Yeah, very common.
Can I just say, sorry to cut you, but oh my God, can we just take a moment to look on Nana's skin? Is that shea butter?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, there is not one blemish on this man's skin.
It's good.
I'm trying.
This is pure melanated glory right here.
Thank you so much.
So it's Ghana.
Ghana, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, because we have this thing, because there's this thing about jollof fries with the Nigerians. I don't really want to go there, but what I will like to say to you is, what is your favourite Ghanaian dish?
I mean, you've already quoted it. Jollof rice is my go-to, especially with the basmati rice over the long range.
Any shots to the Nigerians?
No, but listen, I can relate to the long grain basmati rice because that's my favourite.
Yeah.
But so you're a jollof rice man. Does it have to have any meat in there?
Yeah, no, 100%. Like some oxtail is all good. Otherwise, I'll settle for a bit of lamb as well. I would say probably an oxtail because honestly, that's what I got raised off of. I lived in Ghana for 11 years as well.
Oh, wow.
Born there as well, so yeah.
Oh, right, we need to get into this then.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were born in Ghana, you did your schooling there?
Yeah, so I did my primary schooling in Ghana,
okay.
Secondary schooling here. I actually moved at the age of 11, turning 12, so it was literally right from the transition from the last year of primary school to secondary.
And how was that transition?
That was a major culture shock because I moved literally after my birthday. I moved shortly after my 11th birthday, so I came in I'm born in July, but I came to the UK probably about September, and I remember the transition from the blue skies and 37-degree weather to grey clouds, getting ready for winter. Yeah, and moved all the way from Accra, the capital city, to East London and Hackney, and so
Oh, wow.
yeah, it was a big difference, real big difference, and going from a fat, massive African style house to East London flat.
Oh no! So
yeah.
this was like, right, you knew already. You had a taste of what it looked like for greatness, in the sense of people are working to go on holiday.
Yeah.
What you were living in.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so age 11. That's it. You said right. Can I just say, because I know the work in Jamaica is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you learn so much. So when I went there, I just felt like I knew nothing. Because I did schooling in there, but I did it the opposite.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I went for secondary school,
okay,
and
okay, yeah.
oh wow, the work. So you must have been the brightest person in the school.
Do you know what? So in primary school, we used to, and then they have beatings in school in Ghana as well, still to this day. So I remember, like, I had to know my times tables front to back to front. I could off the top of the head tell you 7 times 6, and like literally,
Wow.
like,
Yeah, go on,
my
right.
times tables all the way up to 13, like literally. So when I came to the UK, I thought, like I said, because the way my family has sold it to me was like, yeah, you're coming here to learn. It's just serious timings. So I came into my public school thinking, yeah, I've got my math set here. I've got all my textbooks. I've got all the different colouring pencils, and then everyone was messing around, and I was
there you go. So you don't realise how bright you really are, or how intelligent you really are, until you're around other people that are not so vibrant in the academics fields. So you're at school now, and you're like, right, how did you make the transition to being who you are today? Because wow,
it was an interesting journey. So I had a lot of imposter syndrome at school, because at the time as well, so I'm Ghanaian, like I said, and back in, like, I'm a 92 born, so back in when I was in secondary school, even being African wasn't cool in school. So a lot of
I was good. You know what? Now being African is the shout. It's Nigerian, it's Ghanaians. Everyone wants to be like from Africa, but we actually all originate from Africa. But I think that it got lost in translation somewhere.
100%. So it was a bit of a culture shock, because, like, not only was I getting used to, like, essentially, even I still had my accent then as well, so I was also
you're actually born from there. That just went like that.
Yeah, I was young, so essentially I just basically, to be honest, when I was 12 years old, so I made a conscious effort to just acclimatize as quickly as possible to try and blend in.
Kids are like brutal.
Yeah.
They're brutal. So any differences, like, they will just point it out, and at that age as well, is like coming into like teenage years, and it's a lot.
Yeah, 100%. And it was Hackney when Hackney was really Hackney as well, so it was super rough as well. And I had to just navigate a lot of that, which I can get into, but I had to navigate a lot of sort of the external noise.
Because did you get in any trouble? Because it seems like you're just a good boy.
No,
we would call you a buffin back in the day. Were you a buffin?
No, so do you know what? I had my moments, but at the end of the day, like, I just knew, like, the sacrifice that my mum in particular made to get me into the country. So although, like, I had my moments, my main thing that kept me just grounded was the fact that, like, I just knew everything that she had sacrificed, like, and her own career back in Ghana to basically come over here and really restart her life. To give me the opportunity. And it was more just not wanting to disappoint her the most, because that would have, over everything, over getting in trouble, over the repercussions from that perspective, the letting my mum down and the disappointment
is worse than like the angry face.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it.
Exactly.
Well, there's a saying we used to say in Jamaica when we was at school. We'd be like, "No, I'm listening to a teacher because I'm not going to waste my mum's money." We'd be like, "Now I'm going to waste my mother's money," because it's true. Your mum and dad have sacrificed something for you to be there.
100%, 110%. So it was. But to be honest as well, one thing that was really interesting was when I was in Ghana. Of course, it's mainly a black population that's Ghanaian. All of a sudden, I've got a Turkish neighbor, a British neighbor to my right. I'm seeing all sorts of different. It was a real cultural shock. Getting used to just so much multiculturalism, which is a good thing, but it was like it's just not what I was used to. And I went from being the majority to being the part of the minority, which was a big shift. A big shift.
Yeah. How did you cope with that shift?
Yeah, so initially I used to do this thing called code switching a lot. So I would listen to people, seemingly the smartest sounding people, and I would try and have that proper upper British, like that British accent, trying to speak the Queen's English.
Voice.
Yeah, the work voice. And then I quickly realized that, like, over a period of time, that it wasn't me, I had to think about what I was going to say, overthink it before I started speaking to people. And then when I started really trying to just be myself, and just I found that like a lot more people than I thought originally could really relate to who I was as an individual, because there's, again, England is nothing more really than a country of immigrants from loads of different places together that have essentially come to, and it's the United Kingdom because of the fact that, again, we've got various people from all sorts of different walks of life, and when I just found strength in my diversity, a lot of other people that could also relate. So
I love that. I love what you just said. I found strength in my diversity. 100%. I'm gonna make that a quote. You're gonna see that up everywhere now. You have to find strength in your diversity, and you have to remember to be your true, authentic self. 100%. So a lot of the time, you try and emulate someone else, but you know you're gonna mess up because you're not being yourself. 100%. So that is why you are where you are today. Because I can see you've got such a likability about you. You're just such a bubbly, outgoing personality. So of course that's why you're in the position where you are today. So can you tell people your position that you have today?
Yeah, certainly. So basically, I'm a proposition delivery manager. At assistant vice president level. So essentially, when you go into any corporate organization level, whether that's like if you come in through an apprenticeship, internship, or even a graduate scheme, or you go through like analyst grades and then you get to assistant vice president, the next step above that is vice president, then director, MD. So essentially, sort of like right now I'm middle management, but I've been my ambition is definitely to touch wood, get to the top of that corporate ladder, but not necessarily even from like a personal sort of selfish perspective. It's because I want people to see that you can be a quote unquote ordinary person that didn't go to a private school, that might have migrated from a different country, been an immigrant, and still be able to make it in those types of spaces.
Wow, and that's very admirable, and I love that, because when I go on your page, you inspire me so much, because you're always getting awards. What was the last award you got? Can you tell us, please?
So, fortunately, I was fortunate enough to win an award from an awards body known as the Community Corporate and Cultural Awards for the Corporate Impact Leader of the Year. Basically, essentially awarded to somebody that works in corporate but has had a real commercial and social impact on the community through the work that they do, driving like opportunities for like underrepresented people and groups to make money, to whether it be business or personal. So I was in the and to be honest, I was totally surprised by that. I was in the category with directors from Knight Frank, HSBC, and I thought, little old me, I'm just happy to be here.
Wow,
I
love
heard
that.
my name called, and I thought, wow, like this is different. And off the back of that, I was real fortunate, because the founder of that awards body messaged me about a week later saying, pick up the Financial Times, and I thought,
wait, hold on, were you in the Financial Times?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, congratulations. I'm going to have to put the song Congratulations on for you. That is serious.
I brought it in with me as well, so I got a copy of it somewhere. I'll bring it out, but yeah, like I ended up in the Financial Times. And
what did your mum say?
Mum was just like, make sure you send me a copy of that. I need to show all your aunties.
Oh my God! And then you're getting the call, send the money.
100% getting the request of the designer handbags and all of that.
Oh wow! No, that's amazing. Yeah. So, what has been your favorite award to date right now?
I would honestly say that recent award, the Community Corporate and Cultural Awards, reason being is it's not even a recency bias thing. It's more because the founder of that is a real amazing individual by the name of Mahari Hay. And again, I've spotlighted the fact that I'm coming to you guys, the show, to speak with you ladies today. So he'll make sure.
Thank you. Who was that?
But his name's Mahari Hay. So Mahari is
Mahari Hay. Yeah. Shouts out to you.
Definitely got a connection to make there. But he basically received. He's the youngest ever recipient of an award from the City of London, which is called the Freeman of the City Award. Basically, it's like a key to the city.
I was feeling that. Yeah. I was getting that when you said that. The key. So he has the key to the city. Well done. How old is he?
He's literally probably about 30, like late 30s. I would like to say 38. So essentially,
so he's young. He's doing his thing. Yeah. And this is someone that you are connected with.
Yeah. And he's the founder of that awards body that I was nominated in. And then his whole thing is, again, doing as much as he possibly can to create a platform for others as well. He's even got an awards category in his awards body known as the Inspirational Mother of the Year, which is again very unique. And again, for a corporate awards body to be recognized and amazing mothers that essentially are literally making the most out of, again, very little resources in some cases. It's a beautiful thing, real beautiful.
It is truly a beautiful thing. And what I like the most about you is, you know, a lot of people are like, I have retired from corporate UK. When I see what you're doing, when I see you standing up and you're talking to people and how you interact with your clients and everyone, how you have time for them, you give us hope again. Like, corporate UK does work. And you have fun. He goes to all these networking, he's at all the networking events, guys. And because you're just not in our office bored. You're actually having your juices flowing in the sense of you're there.
And I like to, the thing with corporate is sometimes, and again, people always have the perception of corporate, and I understand that it can be perceived as a very stiff type of industry where, you know, like, it's like you feel like Neo and like in the Matrix amongst loads of Agent Smiths. But I try to basically make corporate accessible and basically make people know that you don't have to have gone to private school or be an A-level mathematics student, and you can get into corporate through a variety of different means as well, and you don't even necessarily have to have it all figured out. There's certain aspects of my career that I'm still figuring out as I go along, and I've been in my current company for about 12 years.
And that is, are we allowed to say who?
Yeah, Barclays.
Okay,
Barclays.
So Barclays, where's your headquarters?
Canary Wharf. And then I got a funny story about that actually as well. So when I first got the job, I was originally going to start I started in the branch, and I was going to I was Hackney based at the time.
So wait, you were working for Barclays at the time?
No. So before I got the job for Barclays, my first ever job was a cashier. And I was originally supposed to start in Dalston, which was...
And I used to go to the Dalston one on Kingsland High Street.
Kingsland High Street.
I liked that one.
It's
closed down now.
Why
are they closing them all down? We know why. We know why.
But I was originally supposed to start in that particular branch. It was like 15 minutes a bus ride from my house. And I thought, even though I've got imposter syndrome going into a bank, at least it's in Hackney that I'm familiar with. But then I got a call from HR saying, actually, we feel like you got potential to work in our flagship branch, which was in Piccadilly Circus at the time.
Fabulous.
And then all of a sudden, Piccadilly Circus was directly underneath the big lights, and it's closed down now as well. But,
I remember that one, because they was a space that they were renting out as well for pop-ups right next door.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, right. So go on. I'm intrigued now.
I had such imposter syndrome. I remember on my first day, I took the bus in, rather than getting the tube into Piccadilly, I took the bus down through Liverpool Street, and then I've got a couple connectors basically taking me into Oxford Circus, and I walked it down. And the reason I did that was because I was so surprised that I was going to be working in the city. I just wanted to see what the transition was like. So I remember I got to, like, you know, around where Box Park is, and then traditional Shoreditch stops, and then you get to Liverpool Street, and it's nothing but like skyscrapers and tall glass buildings. And I was thinking, wow, like, why am I going to be working? I was 21 at the time as well. Yeah,
great
still young,
age.
still super young, fresh out of uni, and thinking, like, I'm going to be working in this
Oxford
area.
and you're telling your friends, well, it's not making sense. It's not
making sense. And at this point, all my friends were working in like you know, in random retail jobs or in pubs and
Levi, Wetherspoons, we know.
I couldn't believe it. But honestly, even before getting into Barclays, I used to work a variety of jobs. I worked in Sainsbury's, Arsenal. I had at one point when I was doing 3 odd jobs at the same time. I was working at Arsenal in the morning. I had a receptionist job.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to do stadium tours and like events and like.
And do you think all of these other jobs helped you today?
Yeah, 100%. Because it helped me in terms of like so in corporate you have like different very corporate terms, and I can break them down. But you have like stakeholder management, which is all about your people skills, and when you've got like different people that align to work that you're leading on, and projects you're leading on, how you're able to engage with those people, keep them on side, keep them informed. You got interpersonal skill, understanding how to manage internal and external stakeholders that you're working with. So I learned all of those skills really at a soft level from those jobs. Conflict management, having a screaming customer talking about
you have
I came in for croissants, so you have no customers. What's going on?
I
this is the third time in a week I've come here and you don't have nothing ready, and that all helped me in regards to making that transition to corporate. 100%
transferable skills there.
Oh wow. So right now, okay, so we're at the point now, you've got your job and you're in Oxford Circus. How do you make the transition to Canary Wharf?
So from Piccadilly, so what happened was so I started as a cashier, and I'll give you the quick version of the story. I was a cashier, still thinking, what the hell am I doing here? I studied English Lit as my uni degree, because my mum made sure I went uni to uni. So I was a English lit grad working in a bank, thinking, "What the hell am I doing here? I'm
not
good with
making
mathematics, but I should be a journalist. I shouldn't be in the bank." But then I'm quite ambitious and very much like commercially driven. So I set myself a task to essentially just smash my referral figures out to the personal bankers. And at the time, you used to have these personal bankers that would sit above the tills, where they had their own desk, they come in on their own time, have their Starbucks coffee and
living the dream.
living their
And then you're there
managing their
rushing.
own diary, and I've got a queue of customers, and they're telling the customer, "Sorry, I can't see you just yet. I've got, and I thought I need to be there one day. So I set myself a task.
Environment. There you go. Proximity. You're like, right, that's where I want to be.
That's where I need to be. So I set myself a task of essentially making the most referrals possible to one of the best performing personal bankers in exchange for them training me in regards to upskilling me in regards to what they did on their day to day. I managed to essentially get their trust, hit like top figures. Then off the back of that, within a year, I was able to get on into that role. I became a personal banker for about a year and a half. One of our top performers by the grace of God. And then I got tapped on the shoulder for a business banking role, which was all around supporting SMEs, like helping SMEs, small business owners, open their first ever business account. Did that for a couple of years, and then moved into a senior team with relationship managers, helping them essentially manage portfolios of clients. So this was managing businesses that turn over $500,000 and above.
What is your biggest portfolio that you've worked with?
I had a portfolio of about, I would say, 120 clients, and they turn over anything from about 5 mil at the peak all the way through to about $500,000 at the smallest end. So together, honestly speaking, it would have probably been about over 100 mil worth of business.
That's amazing. Well done. And you're there managing it for them.
And at that point in time, I was about probably 24, 25 as well. So you can imagine the imposter syndrome was crazy, where I'm going to offices to visit
You're
clients.
actually living your dream.
It was
Like
crazy.
right now, it's like, wow. So you've done this, and what I really like about you is that you're so humble. So you're out there really helping people, showing them how it's done, as well as you're, in hindsight, living your dream as well. And creating a new dream for yourself, because this is not what you saw for yourself.
Exactly. It's not all. And then how I made it into Canary Wharf was that I moved from that business banking role into employee communication. So this was the first time I ever utilized my English degree. And I saw the role up there, and I thought, oh, this is a non-customer facing role, and actually aligns to what I wanted to do. But I'd been customer facing for 5 years, so I did the most unorthodox thing. I went on the phone book and I found the hiring manager's name, the director, and I emailed it. And again, so normally people would just like, essentially, the most people will do is say, I saw this role, I saw you're the manager, I want to just chat with you and have a conversation. I emailed him my dissertation from uni and said, listen, I can, as you can see,
you have to stand out. He's like, that's how to stand out.
So I said, I'm not coming at you with give me a chance. I'm actually showing you some tangible skills. This is my 10,000 word essay.
And he's got the English lit on his side as well.
Yeah. And proof of my degree as well. And then he actually gave me a chance. So whereas my interview would have normally just been a once and done, because again I was a bit of a wild card, he gave me a 3-stage interview. One with him and a scribe, another one with his direct report, and then I had a sort of team one with the wider team just for them to fill me out, and then eventually
they would have loved you. They would have.
But then I ended up getting the role. So I ended up getting the role off the back of that.
Because you're different, and I think that always stands out. And you've got integrity, and you seem like you're a type of person that gives people a chance.
Yeah, 100%. Exactly. And off the back of people giving me an opportunity when I was a bit of a wild card and a bit rough around the edges, I always feel like it's important to also give other people opportunities, because it's diversity of thought. Like people, again, like like on the global scale of things, especially of course in America, the whole DE&I concept is under attack. But what people have to understand is diversity is not just it's not a formality. It's actually a thing that delivers commercial results. Because by me being a black colleague within the bank, me speaking about like my experience positively encourages other young black boys and girls to say, you know what, I want to work for Barclays, why not? Or even like black business owners to say, you know what, I can see somebody that looks like me and understands the culture and what I represent, and I want to bank with the bank because of that and do business. Whereas if they didn't have that, you'd have a disconnect from the a whole sector of community. So,
That's crazy. I love that. You know, we're going to have to get that all up in writing. I think you can help so many people, and I see what you do with all the events that you do as well, and not primarily just your physical events, but the events that you attend. And when you get up and you speak, the room goes silent. Because I remember when
do you know what I mean? You're different, and that is your diversity. You come from a different place. You have a different way of thinking. You've lived in a different place, so you call attention. Even how you apply for that job.
Thank you. And the way I operate within corporate is sometimes, and I've been a victim of this. Sometimes we can be overly appreciative. So I'll give you an example. When I first got my role in corporate, I didn't even negotiate the salary. I said, "Thank you very much. I'll sign whatever you give me. I'm taking." And then actually, when I started speaking to some of my peers
and realized
who are performing, I thought, wait a second, I'm underselling myself.
Yeah.
And so I quickly realized I need to definitely make sure that I negotiate, because the way corporate organizations work as well is that at the end of every year you get an appraisal, and based on how you perform you get a salary increase depending on how good you've been at your job. But if you're starting at a lower point because all your colleagues negotiated their salary and you didn't, you end up in a trap where over time it snowballs into an effect where you get left behind.
So you can be like a VP, senior VP, and you move up the ladder, but you can still negotiate.
100%.
So when you get your end of year review, just say review, what do you guys call it?
Appraisal or review,
You can actually detest it and say, look, I don't think that was right, and then they can rewrite it for you.
And you can give reasons as to, I've delivered X, Y, Z, and it's important to know the commercial value that you deliver for the company you work for. So, if you're somebody, if you're working in a company, it doesn't have to be a bank, it could just be any commercial organization, and maybe you're part of an employee resource group and you run a Black History Month event, and off the back of it 5-10 people choose to apply for the company. You just help that company with acquire a resource. If you do an event and then a customer chooses to bank with your company or do business with your company, you help them acquire that business, and all of that should go into your appraisal. Whereas a lot of the time when people from our background and other underrepresented backgrounds do diversity or orientated work, it's seen as a sort of a nice to have or a nice to do, but it actually drives a lot of commercial value. Exactly.
And now that you are, let's say, it's seasoned in the game. Now you can say, look, I did that event, and look how many people came into Barclays. Look how many people are getting loans. Look how many people are pouring their money back to you guys. So now, I need some,
of course.
A little bit. So are we doing? Is it
100%?
So is it a thing where they have to analyze the people, what they're bringing in, or is it just we've got these people, so it's of value? Because I think it's always.
I used to be a personal banker, like I said, and my go-to, because I was working in Piccadilly, I thought you're in Zone 1, you're in Central London, you got to speak the Queen's English. But then I realised actually the majority of people that I was serving were, Africans and people from the Caribbean and Asians, and then I realised they were a tourist, like you said, and so I realized I needed to stop code switching and just be myself and be a bit more relaxed. So when a Ghanaian elderly lady comes in, I'll greet her like, "Auntie, how you doing?" and drop the whole sort of formal corporate. But what that ended up doing was that it built personal ties. So then all of a sudden, when she next comes in, she wants to see me specifically, and she don't want to see anybody else but me.
You're so smart.
It's true. And that's what really works. So if I saw Asian, someone from China, I would learn a little word in their language and just learn how to greet them in their language, and it cuts off the whole corporate barrier.
That is so smart, and you're so right, because people don't know how much you care until you show them.
100%.
So they always say it's always important to remember people's names.
Yeah.
I'm so terrible at names, so I kind of, if I feel the person understands me a little bit and they get me, I kind of make up my own name to them. If their name's T, I'm like, "You're Money T, let me call you Money T," or so then, and that in itself makes you get such a good rapport with
100%,
them,
100%.
and they just can I call you Bree? And I'm thinking, you can call me whatever. I'm calling you whatever, so call me whatever. But so I love that.
That even reminded me of a point. People will always forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel, and that's the main thing. People feelings is something that how you feel about something is something that lives with you for a long time.
100%.
And so I always try to make sure that I make people feel appreciated. I was the type of personal banker, to be totally transparent, that if somebody wanted to take something out like a loan and the APR was absolutely insane, I'd be honest and say, listen, I don't think it's a good idea. Well, rather than trying to sell something to somebody that I know is going to be to their detriment, just so I can go and at the end of the day say, yeah, I did another solution. I was the type of person that would always be honest to people, and a lot of the customers I had appreciated that because of the fact I wasn't trying to manipulate them or take advantage.
Oh, that's amazing. And I love that, because they say anything you build which is not on justice and truth will surely crumble. So, you know, you have to go with your gut. If it doesn't feel right, then you know it's not right. And we were saying this the other day, weren't we? So definitely. Oh, Nana, I am so happy that you took the time out to come today, you know, because you are dropping some serious gems. So we are going to go into how people can get involved in doing what you are doing, and of course, you know, how they can join any of your events, because I know you got some events coming up as well. And yeah, so definitely so happy and grateful. I know we have a little bit of a fire round for you.
We do. I warned him.
Did you warn him?
I'll let him know.
Okay, so I'm thinking we have 15 minutes towards 3, babe.
Where's
the time gone?
When you're having fun, it goes.
It
goes quick.
Crazy. Okay, because we have another lady. She's actually downstairs, Ree, and she's going to come up. She's got a journal. I think she's going to gift you one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think she's going to gift Nana one.
Christmas came early.
There we go. So we're going to go into either, we can play a song or we can go to a fire round.
I would love to hear his second song. I'm really intrigued.
Oh,
as soon
wow.
as we come back, he's getting lots of fire.
Oh, is he going to get the fire?
Yeah, he's got 10 questions. He's got 1 minute to answer them all.
Okay, cool.
And he just better prepare himself.
Okay, so on that note, we're going to cut the Instagram live. We're going to come back for you guys, because what's happening now, and if you've just joined us, I am Sebrina Spencer, and you are listening to the Sebrina Spencer Show, and we have the fabulous, outstanding gentleman here, and he goes by the name of Nana. How do you say your last name? Because I do not want to butcher it.
You're good. Agyemang.
Agyemang.
Yeah, Nana Agyemang.
Is this a known Ghanaian name?
Yeah, 100%. Nana Agyemang is like Will Smith, or it's like Smith. Agyemang is like Smith in English. Honestly, it's a real very common name.
Okay, right. So a lot of people would like to ask you some questions. I've got some messages that came in the chat, so I'm trying to get them up. The first one was what I saw. It was about Reese Good Stuff. Let me have a look, because we can answer you some questions now. I'm going to say the first one that springs to mind, because I've noticed that you wear some amazing suits. Yeah. So what is your go-to for the men?
So do you know what? My go-to, I don't like to wear the 3-piece. Like, you know, I'll normally just wear the blazer, the trousers, and a nice shirt. I've got, actually, fortunately enough, because I actually run a business event with and met a tailor as well that does some personalized. What's
the tailor's name?
Yeah, so I've got 2. There's a guy by the name of Kingsley that does some amazing bits for me as well. But there's one particular seamstress, a Ghanaian lady as well, actually, called Jay Berkey, and she has a business called African Chica.
African Chica. We'll have to give that one a Google.
Yeah, 100% African Chica. So she designed some of the bespoke bits that I wore to a couple of award ceremonies. And
I was just like, wow. Okay, guys. So I'm going to record this because I need some footage on this. So I'm going through the Financial Times. You know exactly what page you're on.
Yeah, so start.
Oh, nearly dropped it. But as we're looking as well, I want everyone to see as well that we have the Voice newspaper, which he's in as well. So we are definitely going to have a quick look in the Financial Times. He's also in this paper as well. So we love that. And I love that you bought that. I'm going to keep them over here because I don't want to get any of our rum punches. Right, guys. So we have Nana here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was this page here. So, and one of the winners of the CCC.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God, guys. Can we have a look on that? He's actually one of the winners as well. Oh, wow. Oh, so they're actually, you're in here because they're celebrating everything that you've done. Yeah. Oh, wow. And that is amazing. I've actually seen that picture of you. And look, they didn't butcher your picture as well. You look good there. Okay, wow. So let's move on because we've got Ree here as well. And Ria Mia.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yes, I want everyone to know who you are and what have you brought for us today in the studio?
Hey guys, my name is Ria Mia. I'm an author and we'll be talking about my books a bit later, so stay tuned for that.
What books have you bought?
So I have one of my short fictional stories, The Wonderful Life of Daniel Brown.
Amazing.
And also my interactive book, which is a 30-day challenge journal called I Want to Quit This.
Amazing.
I want to quit this.
I
okay.
wanna.
I wanna. I like that. I like that. But you know, I don't believe in it. I believe in you should never give up. If you started going to it to the end. Okay. So on that note, I'm just going to go back into Steph and ask Steph, who is she? She's a co-host. I know who she is, but the listeners don't. So
I'm Steph Ray, and today we'll be doing some quick fire questions with our guests. And yeah, I'm just here to learn, to be fair. Like, I have so many business ideas. I'm so inspired by you, Sebrina. All that you've achieved and this platform that you provide for people.
Well.
It's like fun, relatable. Do you know what I mean? Like, business shows are like all. So yeah, I'm here to learn first and foremost, and secondly, yeah, just have a good time.
And of course, we have a guy who's got, you know,
Listen,
plugs to the investors and mentors.
I'm gonna be lining him up with.
Oh my God! Yeah, you know, we've got Nana's number now. He's in the WhatsApp
He's
group.
locked in.
That's it. It's gonna
Poor
be
guy.
for you. No, rich you, because we're gonna be asking questions after questions, and we love that. We're students in life, so we are willing to learn, and that is gonna be amazing. So we're gonna do a fire round with Nana now.
Okay.
And we are going to prepare the table because we want to make sure that we have you locked in for the 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we've got 10 minutes with Nana, and it's going to be easy breezy. I don't even know what any of these questions are, so I'm actually quite excited.
It's just like little cute questions just to get to know a bit more about him, like things that people might not know. It's not that deep. It's literally 1 minute, 10 questions. First thing that comes to your head, don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it.
Alright, no
We
problem.
put the timer on,
No pressure.
taking this super seriously.
No pressure. I love this. Okay.
Your tea?
Tea.
Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
One thing you can't live without.
The Bible.
Relationship status?
Single currently.
Why are you whispering?
Single.
Okay, guys. So yeah, his DMs are open. What is your go-to comfort food?
Jollof.
Oh yeah, we said that earlier, didn't we? Hidden talent, something that people might not know.
Basketball. Semi-pro.
Ooh.
Fabulous. Wow, well done.
We still going, love. We've got 30 more seconds.
Oh my God.
How did you know what your career path or calling would be?
I stumbled into it. Faith. It was random.
Interesting. My next question is faith important to you and why?
100%, because like it says in Hebrews 11, faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen.
And for the last 10 seconds, advice for new entrepreneurs.
Don't code switch. Find authenticity in yourself and find the power within it.
Oh gosh, you did it.
So that's
Wow.
Did he pass?
Easy, yes. He didn't bust a sweat. It was
He did
brilliant.
not bust a sweat. You know what? His skin is just skinning. His skin is just skinning.
We're like aunties. We're like proud.
Wow. So Nana, I feel like we know him a little bit more now, but we're gonna go a little bit deeper. I think we should go deeper because I want to know. You know, you're this guy that has done so much. You've achieved so much, and I feel like you enjoy yourself. So I wouldn't say when are you gonna rest, because when you're living in your purpose and you're enjoying it, you know, every day doesn't really feel like you're working. But what is next for Nana?
So I'm currently, like I said, an assistant vice president grade within my company. I'm trying to touch wood, make it all the way through to director, maybe even MD. And the reason I want to do that is because it gives me then more power to then be able to make positive decisions that are going to really affect our people. Because at the end of the day, still to this day, 2026, we're still underserved as a community in regards to like our access to finance. Like everybody knows, like black founders and female founders are underserved.
Thank you.
You know, investment doesn't flow as easy. Even when you go back to the history of the UK, and you go to like you know, the way that the old money in this country was set up, everybody knows the history and like things like redlining and even like going to the US, like civil rights and all of those types of issues that our communities have faced. So I want to be able to make sure that I create as much of an even playing field for our people as possible, and also make Canary Wharf and areas like that accessible. I grew up in East London and I saw Canary Wharf getting built up, and I never thought I'd ever be in a position where I was in one of those offices. I remember when I first went into Canary Wharf, and I was literally bricking it, thinking, I can't believe that I'm supposed to be working there, getting the
Do you know what? Can I just to digress a little bit? When I first got the office in WeWork, oh my God! When I first got my WeWork card, I remember I can't believe it, but at the time I was dating a guy who worked in Northern Trust, and he was like quite up in the senior roles and that, and he was just like it's normal. So I took a picture and I had my hand in the air, and he was like, "That is so embarrassing." But I was like, "Sorry, you come here every day. This is new to me. When would I ever be in Canary Wharf?" And actually got people coming to meet me in the WeWork, and it was so beautiful as well at the time. So I had to be having lunch. I'd be going to Waitrose. I'd be going to what was that one? Gaucho Grills and Rocker. I loved it there. You know, I do love Canary Wharf. It's just got this feeling when you step into Canary Wharf.
100%. And like what I do, like, you know, with some of my colleagues at Barclays, is we run an annual event for early careers, and it's called Young Black and in Finance, and it's basically to provide opportunities for people from local councils and universities and sixth forms to come in and literally hear from MDs and colleagues around my grade and above about how they transition into corporate, because a lot of the time from an outside looking in, people can sometimes have an opinion that if you're in corporate, like, you just must have been super intelligent or had a major connection, but a lot of the time people are always finding their way through. I had one of my MD leaders within the business say they had to apply for 35 different jobs before they ended up getting their managing director position. But she's
managing director. High five to her. What's her name?
Sean McIntyre.
Sean McIntyre. Let's big her up. Bless her.
You know, and again, like, she's Nigerian Welsh, and seeing that kind of representation makes you believe that it's possible. Representation is possible, like that, and that's why I always say that diversity is really important. Like I was saying earlier, some people look at diversity like it's just a token gesture, but really and truly, I walked into Piccadilly Circus, and the manager of the branch was a Ghanaian woman named Regina, and I almost had a heart attack. I said, wait a second, like, there's a Ghanaian.
There's another one of us.
I was managing Piccadilly Circus, the flagship branch at the time.
So you weren't alone, which is good, and I love that. I love that you can see that, you know, if you don't give up. Do you think that it's all about, you know, showing up?
I feel like consistency, 100%. So I feel like consistency is very important. It's one of life's, if you used to say, round me up in a nutshell, it's consistency, in a sense of, even when I didn't even know if what I was doing made sense, I just showed up anyway and just made sure I got it done. And I meant really showing up in the sense of, like, before I go into meetings the next day, I already have thought about what I'm going to say, what my key points are, like, if there's any sort of issues I need to raise beforehand, rather than just turning up and then I'm like a bit frazzled by things.
And then you leave and you're like, I should have said that. I should have said that.
Right, yeah, 100%. So it's all about preparing. If you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. You know.
Wow, I love that one.
Yeah.
Not planning for the future is planning to fail, guys.
100%. And sometimes as well, you're not going to have the answer to absolutely everything, and that's perfectly fine. I've had many moments where somebody's asked me a question I didn't necessarily know the answer to at the time, but there's nothing wrong with saying I don't have the answer for you currently, but I can look into that and get back to you. A lot of the time people will hear something that they don't necessarily have the expertise on and start melting and feel like they don't belong there. But you also got to understand that in corporate, I work in business banking, there's people that work in retail that are more senior than me, but then when they hear about some of the stuff that I'm doing, they're dumbfounded because they don't work on that on a day-to-day,
and they can't understand it. It makes no sense. Like, how have you got all these awards for this and that? And I've been working here for so many years and I haven't got it. And that's because you've got heart and the people love you. And you know, when you, as you said, connect with people and build a rapport, then that's all you need in life. Because, you know, I do believe that relationships are everything,
100%.
and they are going to take you to the next level. So wait, I've just got a message in. Steph, are you single?
What message? Hold on. I've got messages that I wanted to read.
Oh, have you? All right, you can do your message.
I'm happily single.
Happily.
All the listeners out there.
Can you explain what is
I'm
happily?
not reading my DMs means
single?
I'm happily single. I just need a minute. Like, can you guys give me a minute?
Well, do you know what? I saw this thing that Kanye West did, right? Big up Kanye, right? So he was getting asked a question and he just took a minute and the guy was like, oh, we can move on. No, we're not moving on. You're going to allow me my time to think what I say correctly, because I just don't want to say it without thinking what I say. And I think we should always allow people to, you know, really just gather their thoughts and be able to, you know, really justify their thoughts. So yeah, tell me, what is happily single?
Happily single to me is I need a minute. I'm checking in with myself. And we don't have to be in relationships. Like, we don't have to, unless you are ready for a relationship, unless there's somebody around to be in a relationship with. Like, I mean, I'm getting on. I'm 38 this year. So,
well,
I
must say,
move on
you
at some
actually
point.
do look like you're just in your 20s, early 30s. So I'm so shocked.
And that is the
when
shea
you
butter.
told me you were 38.
Shea butter and my dad's jeans.
Shea butter
Ivorian
and my
jeans,
dad's
yeah.
jeans. Okay, so moving on, we won't go digress too much.
Swiftly on.
Let's really go into, because they always say full circle with a gentleman, they should always have a partner. How do you find navigating the working system in corporate UK without a partner?
Yeah, it's an interesting one because, like, within corporate sometimes, to be totally transparent as well, and another thing that not everybody talks about is when you're really trying to be a high achiever in corporate, it can sometimes also have its lonely elements as well, where sometimes, like, you might come home and it's quiet and it's like, oh, like, it would be nice to have, like, somebody there to bounce a vibe, like, have a vibe with, and maybe even do something.
They say it's lonely at the top, right?
Because you're putting in a lot of time, energy, and effort into what you're doing.
And there you go. And
some women they're not gonna, like, some women are gonna be onto you.
Do
you know what I mean? And like and think that you're not giving them the time and the attention. And there does need to be a certain amount of time and attention for the things that you want to do and developing. But on the come up, like, I guess when you get to the MBE status, then, you know, you've got more time to kind of, you know, potentially. But yeah, I think the come up is quite exhausting, and then you kind of look around.
And I think